If I can do it for someone else, I can figure it out for myself and provide a much better client experience. We emphasize that honesty is going to be the best policy when you enter someone's garage, not only to retain a client, but to gain the next client, ensuring that everyone was happy with the service they were provided. There's so many companies out there that just want to take advantage, and we don't want to put a homeowner in a bad position.
Today we have Chris from Honest Overhead Door with us. I'm so excited. I've been working with Chris for a few years now, and he's one of the most easy people to talk to. Love always getting to network with you and talk to you about all your business and ideas. It's really fun. Today we're hoping to learn more about Honest Overhead Door and what makes you guys special and unique in the Houston market, which is one of the most competitive markets for garage doors in the US, I think. I mean, you got some pretty big names over there.
Yes, sir.
So to start out though, how did you choose the name of your company? What inspired you to go for Honest Overhead Garage Doors?
I used to work for another company that we won't name that just had a bottom line in mind, and all that really mattered was sales, and the client services they just didn't care about. And it kind of got difficult going home at night and understanding that and just accepting it. So we branched out on our own and kind of took the bull by the horns, basically, and said, if I can do it for someone else, I can figure it out for myself and provide a much better client experience than what the previous company was offering. So,
wow. How long did you work for the other company before you branched out on your own?
Oh man, probably about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. And it was just, it drug on. Every single day drug on. It seemed like a great opportunity at first. And as we went on, it was not the way we wanted to do business, or I felt that business should be handled. So after that, we branched out, and here we are today.
Nice. And what year did you start the company?
2017, actually. So about 8 years ago at this point.
Nice. So I work on your website, so of course I'm always thinking about it. But on our content and inside of your branding, we always talk about family-owned, locally operated, hassle-free, affordable, reliable. Those are the values that we put in your branding. But could you talk about why you chose those, and is there any others that I'm missing? What's your guide that you guys live your life and your business by?
So considering the last company we worked for, we kind of did the opposite, and we chose that we need to provide a good customer experience, and that was kind of like our bottom line, was ensuring that everyone was happy with the service they were provided. We are a family-owned company. My wife is actually the receptionist. I've got one of my cousins that runs a service truck. I as well run a service truck, and every time we train or we try to bring someone new in, we emphasize that honesty is going to be the best policy when you enter someone's garage, not only to retain a client, but to gain the next client. And if you go in and treat people with the respect they deserve, then you tend to be successful in business. So it's very important that we do what's best for our clientele base and understand our clients' needs.
And you touched on honesty a lot and kind of hinted at ripping people off. So what does that actually mean and look like in the garage door industry? Are people like going and it's a repairable garage door, but they just upsell them the most expensive thing that has the highest commission? Or what do you see that happens in other companies?
So the biggest issue in other companies is they do pay a flat commission rate, which that rate will grow depending on a technician's sales. And we do not deal with commission rates, simply because I don't want my technicians running in on a door and saying, hey, you need a brand new door, so on and so forth, and all they need is a garage door spring. So we kind of stay away from the commission idea. And that's where the honesty part came from, was ensuring that our clients got the most bang for their buck at the end of the day, and trying to save a door that can be saved reliably, safely, and it's going to continue to work for many years to come. So
wow, that's awesome.
Yes,
I would
sir.
definitely want to work with you.
I appreciate it.
Nice. So how do you train your reps then? I know you said that you have some in your family, but I'm sure the training process, there's a lot that goes into that, and making sure that you instill those values when you hire a new employee or get a new technician.
So training starts out in my truck. I don't expect anyone else to train our technicians, so they will start in my service truck. We go door to door whenever we've got the calls, and I emphasize once again that making sure the client is taken care of and they receive a reliable repair, as well as being honest during the sales process and being fair with the client, making sure that they're comfortable with everything they're paying for and they're very well briefed on what is happening to their garage.
That makes sense. That's awesome. Because I know that's like one of the struggles of business owners is scaling, is like you don't always think about what you need to train people on because something seems second nature to you after you've done it for so long.
Yes, sir.
So it could be a struggle to really get them trained on everything. How long is the training process in your company look like, or is it dependent on how quickly they pick it up?
So it does depend on how mechanically inclined the new person may be, but there is a minimum training time period of about 6 months where we run a technician, and about, the 5th to 6th month, we'll actually put them in their own truck and get them going out to clients' houses and serving clients. We make follow-up calls once the service is provided to ensure that the client got the best experience and that they're happy with the experience. And we check up with our technicians to make sure that they're not doing anything they should not be doing on site. So we are very vocal with our clients and making sure that if they're unhappy with a service or what have you, that they do give us a call and reach out so that we can make it right.
And then I know you guys do other services aside from just garage door repair. You've gotten into, gates, fencing, roofing, contracting. What made you branch into those, and how is that going? What could you tell me about those services?
So we got into general contracting. We've been in business now long enough and met multiple trades that actually do good at their work. And we figured if we can connect a homeowner with another subcontractor or another company that's actually providing proper services, that we could actually help out. So we got into gates, we got into fencing, we've actually done a couple flooring jobs. We've done quite a bit of stuff. We've done a couple roofing jobs, so on and so forth, but we try to connect with other companies that are serving clients the same way that we serve our clients, making sure they're honest, their integrity is there. They're not just there to take advantage at the end of the day. There's so many companies out there that just want to take advantage, and we don't want to put a homeowner in a bad position considering the day and age we're in. There's just too many people out there underserving clients. So we've actually built up a pretty good reputation with our clientele base. We get calls consistently about, do you know a plumber? Do you know a roofer? Do you know this? Do you know that? Because of the services we provide. So we went ahead and started general contracting, and so far it's been good.
In Texas, do they need licensing for general contracting?
In Texas, I don't believe you have to be licensed as a general contractor. There are some states you do have to be licensed. We are insured, bonded up to $2 million, so on and so forth, to make sure that any project that we handle, if something was to go wrong, that we could make sure that the homeowner is taken care of and they're not stuck out in the rain, basically. So we insure every job that our name is on.
Wow. And then what's the most commonly requested service that you guys have? Is it garage door repair or spring replacements?
So,
or openers?
Depending on the time of year, it's mainly torsion springs. Your front torsion spring it's designed to fail. When the door is down, you have the most tension on a torsion spring. So with that being said, nobody goes to sleep at night leaving their garage door open. So depending on the time of year, if it's getting, really cold here in Texas, 20 degrees is pretty cold to us. At that time, we're getting a lot of torsion spring calls. The same as whenever we get the heat spikes when it's 110 plus, we once again start to get these torsion spring calls. And as far as the openers, depending on the age of the opener, that's kind of, if you've got a 20-year-old opener, that's when they're kind of on their last leg. But front torsion springs that control the entire system, that is the number one call that we get.
Interesting. It's interesting that they're designed to fail. You mentioned that.
Yeah. That's the nicest way I can put it.
In Texas, then, is it because of the heat and the weather changes that it fluctuates so much since it gets so cold and hot?
So torsion springs they're rated for cycles, depending on what type of spring you have, if it's balanced properly to the door, so on and so forth. You have 10,000 load springs, 20,000 load springs, 50,000 load springs, and then you have what some other companies will call lifetime springs, that they're not going to last a lifetime, but that's what they consider them, 100,000 plus cycle springs. It's all up to the rating of the spring, but also too, heat plays a factor, the cold plays a factor. Cold weather can make the string or the torsion spring basically shrink up or what have you, heat makes them expand. So year after year of expanding and whatnot, the spring is eventually going to go out. Nobody knows how many times the spring has been cycled. It's just a matter of age and how often you're using the garage door, which most people use a garage door like a front door nowadays. So as far as time expectancy, once again, it goes back to how often it's being used. We tend to see about a 10 to 15 year lifespan of a front torsion spring.
Oh. And you mentioned all those different brands or different types of quality springs, but where do you source your products from? And why do you source from there?
Our springs come directly from manufacturing. We actually work with a company called Service Spring that they actually make all of their springs in-house. And we also have a local DC that also purchases their springs from Service Spring. They're tested high quality springs, 20,000 load springs. That's the minimum that we'll purchase. Once again, it comes down to testing, and we guarantee the spring for 5 years. And if they fail within 5 years, we come out at no cost to replace the spring because we expect it to go 20,000 cycles. Now, if they're using the door 10 times a day and it fails within 5 years, well, that's on us. We're going to take care of that spring for them. So once again, nobody knows the cycle count on the spring. So
how much is the actual part cost of the spring for your minimum 20,000?
So a 20,000 load spring, it depends on the size of door. So if you have, say, a 16 by 7 double car garage door, non-insulated, like say a 2250, your spring cost replacement and whatnot's going to probably be in the ballpark of anywhere from $389 to $489. And that's service, labor, warranties. We haul off all the old parts at no additional cost. We also provide general maintenance, lubrication, and a reset of the operator with that service. And it really depends on the size of the door. The bigger the door, the heavier the springs, so on and so forth.
I see. And so it depends on how many layers that the door has as well, right? If there's insulation on the door, then it's heavier, and so it needs a larger spring.
Yeah. If it's an insulated door, if it's a steel back, a vinyl back, if it's a 2-layer, 3-layer.
So that means when you replace the garage door, you usually have to replace the springs as well, because the door weight is different, unless you're replacing the exact same door as you had before.
So if we do a full door replacement, no matter what, we replace everything. And that's other than the operator that automatically opens the door and closes the door, we do a full service. So we replace the tracks, the guides, the bearing kits, the springs, the panels, the hardware, the screws, the nuts, bolts, everything gets replaced when we do a full door replacement. Every now and then we do have a client that, they just need panels replaced. And as long as that door weight is within the parameters of the front torsion spring, then we can save the spring and the spring line in general and just do panels. And typically with panels, we'll replace hardware, hinges, nuts, bolts, so on and so forth. And then once again, general maintenance, lubrication over the whole system. Any service we provide, we do general maintenance and lubrication.
Nice. And even if your garage door isn't broken, it's still a good idea to have someone come out and do an inspection and do that general maintenance anyways, right?
Yes,
What do you guys charge for that, and what's your recommendation to customers?
So if we were to do a month-to-month general maintenance plan, we would be around about $129. And that's going to include rebalancing the door, checking the limits on the operator, programming, so on and so forth. It is a good idea to do preventative maintenance on your overhead door system.
Wait, month-to-month mean like a monthly subscription or a month?
Correct.
Or just yeah, okay.
Yeah, we offer a month-to-month. We also offer every 3 months, once every 6 months, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, the homeowner is more than capable of spraying a little bit of lubricant on the door. And, if they hear funny noises, obviously it's time to call a professional. But at the end of the day, it's homeowner general maintenance. It's lubrication, making sure nothing's odd, making sure the operator is working as it should. And once again, if homeowners want us to come out, then we're more than happy to come out and take a look over the system and ensure that, maintenance is being done properly. Because when the door fails, it's going to be at the most inconvenient time, such as when you're trying to go to work in the morning. That's when your garage door is going to fail. So
is there a lot of signs before it fails, or is it just the sounds?
So
what other signs can you look at?
If your door starts making noise and it never made noise before, maybe it's time to start kind of looking over the system. But typically with a garage door that's installed properly, the first thing that's going to go is going to be the spring. And once your spring goes out, at that time, you need to be looking at the end bearing plates and the center bearing plates and your rollers and what have you. And obviously the operator, you want to check it, make sure it's good to go as well.
There's a lot of different fail points that could have gone wrong.
the whole thing can be a fail point. It's the largest moving piece of equipment on your home at the end of the day. So a lot of people kind of overlook it, but there's a lot of moving pieces with an overhead garage door system.
Interesting. So what about garage door replacement? How often do you replace the whole thing on garage doors? Is it a fairly common service?
It is a common service. I want to say this week alone.
Just like to improve the curb appeal for homeowners who are selling their house or just want to make their house look better? Or is it more of because something's broken and they want to fix it?
So it's kind of a 50-50. We do a lot of custom retrofit. So we do a lot of high lift, vertical lift, roof pitch match garage doors. A lot of those clients are looking to up the curb appeal of their home because one of your greatest ROI points on a home is the garage door. But typically, believe it or not, a lot of homeowners will back into the garage door. And at that point, depending on the age of the door, we can't replace panels because manufacturers have already come out with a new style or what have you. But as far as replacements, we get quite a few replacements month to month. I will say there's more repairs, obviously, than replacements.
Of course, yeah.
No, you do have clients that call and they just want a nice steel back insulated door because they're going to put, say, a AC in their garage, turn it into a game room and what have you. And once again, we do a lot of custom retrofit. So we've actually got 2 clients on the schedule now for custom retrofit high lift doors, wood tone, mahogany, so on and so forth.
Explain that a little bit more. What's a custom retrofit mean?
So a custom retrofit is going to be someone that goes from like a standard 12-inch radius lift door to a high lifted door that, say, follows the wall all the way up to the ceiling, all but about 12 inches. So you can basically tuck the garage door into the ceiling, as well as changing out the operator to clear up the center of your garage door, so on and so forth.
It's creating more room and more clearance so you can get bigger vehicles in?
Yes,
or other things?
Well, that, and like we have a lot of clients that want to put car lifts in or like their golf simulator. Believe it or not, it's a very popular thing down here in Texas. So mostly for car lifts, though, I noticed. For car enthusiasts want to stack.
Is that a unique service that you guys do, or do most garage door companies install those?
So I want to say that it's hard to say. I've been trained on a lot of different things coming into this industry, and we get a lot of calls where, hey, this company said it's not possible, so on and so forth. And at that time, we end up getting the call and we can make stuff happen. So it's one of our favorite types of jobs, custom retrofit, custom doors in general, because they're just, you don't see them everywhere.
How do you make a custom door? Because you have to work still with the manufacturer, right? You're not like actually manufacturing it.
The manufacturer engineers the door system. So through a series of measurements and site inspections, we can get all that information sent over to manufacturing. At that point, they will engineer a door system for us. We do a final site inspection, verify measurements, verify with manufacturing, and get everything sent over, and they engineer the system for us. We can also engineer the system. We've engineered a few high lift systems. There's numerous apps that we can use, like the Service Spring app, to make sure we've got the right springs and the right cable length, the drum diameter, and so on and so forth. But typically, it's going to be a brand new install, and that's coming directly from manufacturing.
Wow, interesting.
Yes, sir.
New stuff all the time. I know you guys do emergency services, right? How often does that happen? You have 24/7 emergency service advertised everywhere. Do you get calls ever at 1 a.m.?
From residential clients, I've got to say there's been a couple times where me and my wife might be in the middle of barbecuing something and all of a sudden we have to put it in the oven and go run the job. But it's more rare on the homeowner side. We typically offer that for commercial clients like Walmart distribution, Family Dollar, Dollar General, Home Depot, believe it or not, Lowe's, so on and so forth. A lot of the commercial clients, if they can't close up one of their facilities, obviously that is a problem. Yeah, you can't secure the property. That's an issue. So we do get quite a few 24/7 commercial clients calling saying, hey, we can't close the door. Like last week, we had a restaurant with a full view glass door and they couldn't close their door down. And we sent a technician out at, I believe it was like 10 o'clock at night to get the door secured for them so that they didn't have to worry about break-ins and whatnot. So it's more rare, but it does happen.
And you have technicians who are willing to go out late at night too. You don't always have to take them yourself.
That's what they get paid for, brother. That's what they get paid for. That's what we train them for. Yeah, we've got 3 other technicians. If one technician's not feeling up to it, we call the next one, so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, if I, the business owner, has to go out there, then I'm headed out there. So yes, sir. Whatever it takes to make sure the property is secured. So a garage door is a big entry point. So
interesting. I know you said that homeowners can do maintenance themselves, lubricate and do basic maintenance. Have you ever seen a case where a homeowner tried to do a repair themselves?
I have. I have
Yeah,
had
how did that go?
I've had a client that obviously didn't want to pay for a service to have a torsion spring replaced and ordered a torsion spring and attempted to put it on themselves, and we actually got the call from the hospital to go replace the torsion spring. And when we got there, we recommend that homeowners do not try to fix their own door systems themselves. It's a big heavy door.
Especially the spring. I mean, that's under so much
dangerous part. Yes. So we've had a couple of yeah.
Really?
And then we also have clients that in the process of repairing their overhead door system, they're like, oh, it was that easy. And it's when you do it for, 10 years, I guess that's that.
They look at you and think it's easy.
Yeah. I mean, it took a long time to figure this out.
Easy.
Yeah.
When you have the right tools and you've done it 100 times.
Correct.
That's
yes,
funny.
sir. So, but it happens, unfortunately. And whenever clients ask about it and how do I do this? How do I do that? We feel we should not try to walk them through those jobs because at the end of the day, we don't want to see people get hurt. Well, and we don't want to see people get hurt, man. I can tell you right now, a hospital costs a lot more than a garage door repair. And
so if I want to replace my spring, I can't video call you and you won't show me how to do everything.
You can try to video call me, but I'm probably going to tell you about the closest company to you that I would recommend.
Nice. Makes sense.
Yes, sir.
But you do recommend maintaining it yourself. And what does that look like? Because I've never maintained my garage door. Do I need to go buy some lubricant?
You should definitely maintain your door. So your garage door rollers, the wheels that go in the guides, those need lubrication, and we recommend once a month. There's no such thing as over lubricating your garage door. Most homeowners don't realize that you are supposed to do any type of maintenance, but the garage door rollers that go through the tracks, those need to be lubricated. The front torsion springs need to be sprayed down with lubricant. And then on most garage door systems, you're going to have 2 end bearing plates and a center bearing plate. Those all need to be lubricated, as well as the guides themselves. And it's a matter of walking out to your garage door with a can of PB Blaster and spraying down the door system and just making sure everything's rolling smoothly. And if you notice anything wrong, once again, we recommend to call a professional and make sure that you do not get hurt messing with overhead door system.
Okay, so PB Blaster, that's the one you said?
That's what we recommend. It is some good.
Let's get a link from Amazon and put it in the description of this video.
We definitely
I also
should.
need to buy it too.
Yeah, most
PB
definitely.
Blaster.
PB Blaster.
You have a video going over maintenance and showing where to spray?
I don't yet. We definitely should come up with something for that. I think that there's going to be a lot more videos to come. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
Yeah, that'd be a great video to have. Just show simply how to do garage door maintenance from a pro.
Yes, sir. It sounds like a good newsletter.
It does. Awesome. Is there anything else you wanted to share with customers who might be looking to work with you versus, any of the other large brand names in your area? Why should they choose you? Are your prices the same, or where are you guys at competitively?
So price-wise, I would like to say that we're not as expensive as the big name companies. Being that we're family owned and operated, we don't have the overhead that they do. And once again, a lot of those companies are chasing a commission-based pay. With our company, you're treated as if you're family. We want to ensure that each client is comfortable with the repairs that are being made on their doors, as well as being well educated about their overhead door systems. When you choose Honest Overhead Door, you're choosing a company that's going to come out and make sure that you're taken care of. We're not here to nickel and dime anybody. Almost every one of my clients that has to make a second call, whether it be something that, manufacturing has messed up or a fault or what have you, we don't charge our clients for that kind of stuff. We charge a professional price to provide a professional service, and anything outside of that, you're pretty well taken care of. Once again, we don't nickel and dime. We don't want to charge every time we show up. We don't feel that that's fair. We want our homeowners to be comfortable with us and once again be educated about the overhead door system. A lot of the big name companies, it's the bottom line. It's if you don't make X amount in sales a week, you don't have a job, so they look for the next guy, and that's why their turnover rates are just out of this world. We have technicians that we've had now for 3 to 4 or 5 years. So it's about a professional family-owned service. So we strive ourselves on making sure you receive that proper service.
How big is your company now? How many technicians do you have?
So right now we've got 3 technicians. My wife Cassandra is a receptionist. I'm a lead technician, and here within the next month or 2 we'll be looking for our next receptionist, because at this point we have found technicians that care about the work they do and stand behind the work that they do and provide a quality service. So now it's about finding a quality person over the phone that understands a homeowner's needs. Not only that can take a call, book a call, schedule a call, but can also help troubleshoot simple issues like photo eyes and so on and so forth. Because once again, we don't just want to show up and charge a client to realign a photo eye. It's anybody can realign a photo eye. A lot of the bigger companies, they want to jump out.
What's a photo eye?
Your photo eyes are the safety feature on your garage door opener. They're at the bottom of your track. Typically, there's one that's green and one that's yellow. If they come out of alignment, your garage door won't close. And a lot of homeowners don't realize that if they're not lined up and it won't close, well, there's a problem with my door. So they call a company and they say, oh, we'll get a technician out. And before you know it, you're buying a bunch of stuff you don't need. And we are strongly against that. I can't tell you how many times, man.
It's a simple fix that
It's a simple fix. And Cassandra, I swear, there's 100 clients a year that Cassandra says, oh, well, are your photo eyes lined up? And they ask, well, what is that? And she
it's the
knows.
laser?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And she knows how to go through that, troubleshoot it. And that's 100 clients a year that aren't wasting money on a service fee.
Yeah.
So
that you're turning away, but you're doing it for the
right. I mean, we don't do it
sake.
for the dollar, man. Not anymore, unfortunately. We want to help the community. We want to, once again, educate clients about what they have in their home. So the dollar is just a part of it to pay the bills. But at the end of the day, it's more about meeting our community, ensuring that everyone's educated about their systems and whatever else we can help with.
Nice. Last question. If someone's searching for a garage door company, maybe they're not in your market, they can't hire you. What type of questions should they ask, or what should they look for in a garage door company in order to screen and find a legit one?
So my biggest recommendation at this point in business is to look at reviews. If you see a company that's got, 1 million reviews and they're all 5-star and they've got funny names, there might be something going on. You find the companies that have a medium amount of reviews, I would say. And they're good reviews, and they're not all going to be 5-star, unfortunately, because you can't make everybody happy. The other questions I would be asking is, are you local to the area? Where's the home office at? How many technicians do you have? Which technician is showing up to my house? As well as making sure they maintain a scheduled time to show up. We get calls all the time that, I had a scheduled appointment with this with this company, so on and so forth, and they still haven't shown up. Well, that's, once again, you can go back to the reviews, and there's probably reviews that say they just don't show up. And always ask questions when the technician is there. If the technician can't properly answer your questions, there might be something up. And just once again, be educated about the door system and make sure you have kind of a general understanding of the system, and and make sure someone's not trying to take advantage at the end of the day. So
nice. And just another shout out to you on your reviews, because Google shows the AI summary of the reviews. Yours always says prompt, friendly, professional. That's mentioned on your reviews all the time, as well as transparent pricing. So those are some qualities that your customers have mentioned from your company multiple times.
Well, we greatly appreciate it. We work hard for it. So
yeah.
Yes,
awesome.
sir.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Yes, sir, Bryce. I appreciate it.
I love learning about it.